Okay. So try the first part of 32 again. Was für Haustiere hast du?
Was für Haustiere hast du?
Try it again. Was für Haustiere hast du? Right. Zach, got to make sure you're looking at the word that's on there. Yep. What do you think that means?
How many pets do you have?
Close.
Do you have any pets?
What
What kind of pets do you have?
What kind of pets do you have? Okay. So then it says, wie alt, or wie heißt er oder sie? What do you think that means?
What's his name?
That's his or her name. What about the last part of it? Wie alt ist er oder sie?
How old is he or she?
How old is... yes. English is good. Okay. So, how old is he or she? Here's your first one. If you don't have any pets, you have to have a verb in there. You don't say, I know pets. You say, ich habe. Okay, we'll use normal voices, please. Ich habe keine Haustiere. Gesundheit. So, I have no pets. Done. Okay. Does anybody have a large number of pets? Like maybe you have a bunch of fish or chicken or something like that. What do you have?
2 cats, a dog, and 2 chickens.
Sweet.
3 dogs and 3
Why is that so
fish.
strange? Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Alright. So I've encountered some people before, like there's one person in the exchange from the German side of things that has the 1,500 chickens and 67 cows or something like that. They wrote that down in their pets category. So I wanted to make sure there was none of those. Okay? So, here we go. You will say, this is for anybody that has even a pet. Okay? So, ich habe, and then you're going to mix and match whatever you need. Okay? So, we're going to do basics, and I can help people with things like chicken and iguanas and, you know, whatever else later during work time. Okay? So, for dogs, if you have one dog, einen Hund. If you have more than one, you'll put the number, and then Hunde. 3,000 Hunde, Frau Bauer. Yeah. Okay? For cats, if you have one, eine Katze. If you have more than one, the number, and then Katzen. Make sure you spell out numbers. Okay, and the other common one that we do is fish. Ich habe einen Fisch for one. Okay, Zach. And if you have more than one, you put the number and then the word Fische. Okay? Any questions so far?
9.
Anybody need that up there longer?
9.
Sure. Right. Then you tell me their names. If you have one, easiest way to do it is if it's a girl, use Z. If it's a guy, use er. Okay. Either way, heist, blank. If you have more than one, Z hyphen, blank, 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 blank. Put an und before your last one. Okay. If you have fish or chickens or something, maybe you don't have names for them, we can talk about that during work time on an individual basis. Okay? If you prefer to differentiate and say, like, meine Hunde heißen blank and blank und meine Katzen heißen blank and blank, that's fine too. This is just the basic. Okay. Then you get into the ages. So you could do, if it's one, er oder sie ist blank Jahre alt. Does anybody have a pet less than a year old? Okay. If it is 1 year old, you would say ein Jahr. And if it's less than that, you could say the number and then Monate, the number of months. Okay. For more than one. And just like when you did parents' ages, you can just list all the ages kind of in one sentence. Oh, wow. Don't do that verb again. You guys, it's been a heck of a day. Okay, so sie sind. So they are, and then you can list their ages. Okay, I would avoid doing that if you've got the ein Jahr or the Monate kind of thing going on, but you still could do it as well. So you could just do it, I would group them at the end that way. So, sie sind 5 und 6 Jahre alt und 1 Jahr alt, or 5 Monate alt, or whatever. Fragen? Any questions so far?
9.
Good. Alright. Next one, 33. How do you ask it?
Was machst du in deiner Freizeit?
Good. Everybody, was machst du in deiner Freizeit?
Was machst du in deiner Freizeit?
What's it mean?
What do you do in
What do you do on Friday?
Free time. Okay. This one is a medium level question because of the word order. You need to start with in my free time. So in meiner Freizeit. And that's the first thing in your sentence. What comes second? Nope. What goes second in every sentence? Verb.
Verb piece.
Okay, your verb goes here. Then you say ich. And you may or may not have anything else after that, but if you do, it goes just after it. Okay? So, for example, in meiner Freizeit, schwimme ich. I swim. Maybe that's what you do. Okay? Other things that are common?
Football.
Yeah, we're not going to get into everybody's personal little ones. Okay? So, a lot about sports and stuff today, too. So, if that's something else issue, you can consider having something else for this one. Okay? So in meiner Freizeit hänge ich mit Freunden rum. What do you think that means?
Hang out with my boys.
Hang out with my friends. Or one that has been popular over the years. They don't say it as much anymore, but it's still kind of funny to say. Chillaxe ich. Chillax.
1994.
Okay? Okay? Or, schaue ich Netflix or whatever it is you do. Okay? Spiele ich Computerspiele, spiele ich Videospiele, spiele ich Fußball, spiele ich Eishockey, fische ich, whatever it might be. Okay? So you've got a variety of different things. So I can help you specify yours and during your work time today. Okay? We move on to the next one? Alright, Nummer 34. How do you ask it?
Magst du Sport? Welchen Sport magst du?
Good. Everybody. Magst du Sport?
Magst du Sport?
Welchen Sport magst du?
Welchen Sport magst du?
What's it mean?
What's your favorite sport? Or what sport
Nope.
do you like?
Do you play sport?
What sports do you play?
What sport do you play? Okay, so literally, do you do sports? Which sport do you do?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you do not do any sports, you'll say nein. Ich mache keinen Sport. I don't do any sport. Okay. If you do, you will say ja, comma, ich, verb, and something else. So it might just be ja, ich schwimme. Okay. Ja, ich schieße. Somebody who just like trap shooting. Okay. Ja, ich spiele Fußball. Ja, ich, whatever. Okay. So spiele is a very common verb in there. Anybody do track and field? Okay. You would say mache leicht Athletik.
Student athlete.
What about cross country?
That's good.
Okay. So most of the sports, because I don't think we've really done a whole lot with sports this year, but most of the sports are the same. So golf, volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, ultimate frisbee, a lot of them are the same. Football. So as a good, you're just going to have to say, ja, ich spiele, and then whatever it is. Okay, just double check it by looking it up.
Like lifting?
Yeah, you don't play it, so yeah, you would say, ja, ich Gewichte hebe. Or ich hebe Gewichte, excuse me. Okay, yep,
Ultimate frisbees, you have to capitalize ultimate and frisbee.
yes. Alright, we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Alright, 35, how do you ask it?
Welchen Sport findest du gut, besser und am besten?
Alright, everybody, welchen Sportarten
Welchen Sport
findest du gut, besser und am besten?
findest du gut, besser und am besten?
What do you think?
What sport do you find good, best?
What sport do you think is good, better, and the best? Okay, so you're just going to be filling in the blanks here. So literally, which types of sports do you find good, better, and the best? Okay. So this is just fill in the blanks. So you'll say, ich finde, insert
Sport.
first one. So for example,
Golf.
Just hold on. I will give the example. You don't need to help me right now. Basketball. Gut. Fußball. What's Fußball again?
Soccer.
And then Bathroom. Und. And you pick your last one.
Ice hockey.
You guys don't need to help me. I've already got an example going.
Sorry, my bad.
Ultimate Frisbee. Am besten. Oh, a little B. It's written both ways, depending on the context. Okay. That's it. So you just fill in the blank with those. Yep. Yep. I counter sport. Fishing. Just looks like the capital F-I-S-C-H-E-N. All right. 2 more to go for today. 36. How do you ask that one?
Hast du ein Hobby? Sammelst du etwas?
Okay. Everybody. Hast du ein Hobby?
Hast du ein Hobby?
What's that mean?
Do you have a hobby?
Do you have a hobby? Yep. Second part. Sammelst du etwas? What do you think? Do you collect something? Anything? Mm-hmm. 2 complete sentences for this one. Okay, so first you answer the hobby one. If you don't have a hobby, 9. Ich habe kein Hobby. Okay, if you do have a hobby, you'll say ja, ich, whatever it might be. Some examples. Fotografiere. So you do photography. Okay, or Zelte. Yeah, ich zelte means you tent, literally, you go camping. Okay. Ich reise. I travel. This one pertains to quite a few people in the German one this year. Ich zeichne. I draw. So those types of things. Okay, focus back over here. All of your heads just whipped around to the window. Okay. Okay, so you can figure out what your hobby is for there. Okay. All right, and then you will have a second full sentence. Okay. So the first, if you don't have something you collect, you'll say 9. Ich sammle nix. Second.
Do we still have to do this if we said no, we don't have any hobbies?
They're 2 totally different questions.
Okay.
So yes, you have. I've said a couple times you need to have a minimum 2 complete sentences based on this. So, yeah. Okay. Everybody have down what you need from that slide, so I can go on to if you do collect things.
Yeah.
If you build things, you would use this. So you'd say ja, ich bastle. Means like to build as in to do crafts. So it could be you're building models or you're taking pieces of wood and building things or whatever. Or it could be that you're putting together scrapbooks or whatever. So kind of all of the above. Yes.
Well, flying, like, remote control airplanes.
Yeah.
What about what?
Flying remote control airplanes.
Fliege,
Model airplanes.
Flug. Well, you got to be careful because you can't just say Flugzeug, because then you're flying the airplane, not model airplanes. Flugzeugmodellen.
I fly 747.
Okay, so ich fliege Flugzeugmodellen. Alright, so moving on. So if you do collect something, okay, you'll start off with ja, ich sammle. And then fill in the blank. So some popular things that people have collected in the past. Automodellen, what do you think that is? Model cars, yeah. Aufkleber literally means stick on. It's a sticker. Figuren, it's figures. Photos, probably pretty obvious. Karten, could be a couple different kinds of cards or tickets. Okay, so if you collect the tickets from when you go to an event or whatever, that would fall into the Karten category. If you collect baseball cards or something like that, then you would say baseball Karten. Okay? Or it could be like greeting cards or whatever. Okay? All sorts of different types of things that way. Another one, somebody else earlier today asked for Münzen, coins. Löffel, spoons. Those little spoons that people collect.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Anhänger, keychains. Okay?
Are those like the spoons in the cereal box? Or
No, they're little like silver or pewter
Oh,
spoons that you get at like tourist trap things.
Yeah,
Tourist trap.
Mhm.
those ladles.
No, they're not ladles, even a little bit. Alright. Anything else beyond that we'll do during work time, okay? Because otherwise this is going to get crazy because of you guys. Okay, last one for today. Alright, how do you ask number 37?
Was magst du gern im Winter?
Und im Sommer.
Good, everybody. Was magst du gern im Winter und im Sommer?
Was magst du gern im Winter und im Sommer?
What
Alright,
would you like to do in the summer and winter?
here you go. What do you learn in the summer? I don't care which one you answer first. You're going to have two complete sentences. Okay? They do need to be different other than the word winter and summer. Okay? So, for some people, if you only do one thing year-round, you need to specify some way to differentiate the two. So they need to be slightly different somehow. Okay, so you'll start with im Winter, then you have your verb, and then ich, and then maybe something else after it. And the summer one will be very much the same. Okay, so if, for example, you play hockey year-round, it may not entirely be true, but you could play outside in the winter. So then you could say, im Winter spiele ich Eishockey draußen, which means outside. Okay. And in the summer, so you could say, im Sommer spiele ich Eishockey drinnen, inside. If you did swimming, for example, you could do the opposite. Im Sommer schwimme ich draußen. Im Winter schwimme ich drinnen. Okay? Some other people have said things like, in the winter I drink hot chocolate, and stuff like that. That's fine. Okay? Sleeping is not a hobby. Okay, I'm just going to clarify that for the previous one. Okay, that might be what you do in your free time, for example. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, what?
Camping, what's that again?
Zelte. Z-E-L-T-E. Okay. So, make sure that they are different. Okay, there needs to be something about them that is different. So you can't just say that you surf the internet all year or that you play video games all year. Maybe in the summer you play video games and in the winter you surf the internet. It doesn't need to be exactly true. You can figure it out that way as well. Okay, but make sure you have two different sentences. Okay. Fragen?
Nein.
Alrighty.